So, as you throw the knife and miss it, the gazer looks at you guys angrily and is more focused on you guys. So, it's going to move 5, 10, going to go up here and float 10 feet above the ground. Okay, I think we're just waiting for Kimarie to get back on. No worries.
Yep, she'll be on momentarily.
No worries, no worries. So at the moment, it's going to do 2 eye rays, one at Zymina and one at Krieg.
I don't even know what that is. I think we killed the first one before it ever did.
You did. Yep, exactly.
Oh, okay, great.
So the first one is going to go against Krieg. And it's going to be that. Okay. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please, Krieg. As a light blue ray is getting shot at you.
18.
18, okay. So... oh, wow. So, you would take 13 points of damage, frost damage rounded down, which is 6. So you take 6 points of cold damage as you just feel a sharp, cold, like frostbitten pain hit your chest. And the gazer looks at you and then looks at the many eyes, now focus on Zymina. And, that's funny. So it tries to shoot a purple ray at you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Not a wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
14? I don't know what my wisdom is though.
No worries.
Give me an average.
So the purple like ray comes at you, and you just kind of like look at it and just no effect. You're like, what was that? Like, okay, you didn't even feel like fighting off anything. You're just like something never affected you to begin with.
Did it remind me of the whole interaction with the siren at the circus? Similar kind of
just as indifferent, yeah. Yes, he was probably thinking like it was trying to charm you for some reason. Yeah. Okay. Yep. And then it just the eyes just kind of like looked at you like, what? Like, how did that happen?
She goes, ew, as if.
Yeah. Gazers are not smart. So, next up is Zymina.
Alright, well, it's...
Oh boy. Okay.
A lot going on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
She's just gonna try and cast Chill Touch on it, since
Sure.
you said it's floating 10 feet in the air, so...
Yeah, so you can hit
She'll just kind of wave her hand as her gaunt little skeletal hand tries to come out and strangle it.
Sure, and it is a red ruby, like crimson red color. So like that comes up.
Oh my god, that was instant. Like my dice didn't even roll; it just said instantly 2.
Okay. So you rolled a 2?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Not my suit.
No, apparently not. I'm sorry.
Nope.
So yep. So you roll a hit, and yeah, unfortunately, it just misses. The gazer was able to like dodge quickly out of the way. It's a little tricky. This guy's a little tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to put the cat at the end of the initiative order, too. Actually, let's just do that.
Okay. Yeah, she's just a little taken aback that this is the second thing in like 2 days that has tried to charm her, and she's like, no.
No, not gonna happen.
Today. No,
nope.
Never. And I have advantage, so fuck off.
All right. It is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Miki, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to try my new spell, Miki's Caustic Brew.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me bring that up again. Perfect. All right.
We have to get out of your way.
Well, it's a line, so I'll
And I'm right in front
would
of
say
you.
since it's frozen, I mean not frozen, but since it's hovering, I would say you're doing it in a directional. You're doing it in an arc.
Okay.
Because-
Over Sayuna's head.
Over Xymena, yeah, because it is floating above.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I would say with the trajectory, you would
Oh.
just hit it by the 30 feet. So, it has to make a save. Actually, I don't know why. it
Deck
just
save.
Deck save, right? Okay. That was a 10, which I don't think saves for you. I mean,
I don't actually know.
Yeah, I
I
know,
don't think you
yeah.
ever told me, so yeah, you have to tell me.
your spell save is a 14.
Okay, great.
For now.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it takes full damage. So roll your damage, Kimarie.
Woo, 2d4. Woohoo!
I mean,
I
it's
think
residual
actually-
damage.
Let me take a look, actually. Because I think, does it happen? I apologize. This is a new spell for me in general, and I want to make sure. I don't know if it does it right away or if it's top of turns. Okay, so it's just covered. It's at the start of each of its turns. So you don't do damage right now, but it is covered in acid. So as you do the spell, you're not using your hands at all. Actually, kind of feel almost like indigestion, in a sense, and just a wonderful acid-flowing fountain.
Lovely.
This green, black,
Love this.
like liquid comes out and splats right in the face of this gazer, like making acid sounds. And it
Out
is
of this bird's beak.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it just sees it over her head and she goes,
What a sight! Just what?
Yeah.
she can't really judge because she did set a tavern on fire with her own very crimson flame, so she's just like, not each one of us having our own unique spell colors and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, she's more just like, oh boy, we're very, very, very different.
Yep. So it is now covered in acid.
Nice.
Woo!
That's 2d4. Okay. So next up, it is a Krig. I can't hear you, Krig.
I'm gonna move up to it and
Okay.
take a swing with my my basher, my
Your meat tenderizer, right?
meat tenderizer. Sorry.
That's fine. I'll roll the hit.
10.
And so with your bonuses, you do hit. So roll your damage, please. And you're doing two-handed, right?
Correct. 1d2.
All right. Yeah.
Fling batter.
7 plus 5, or no,
Yep. 7 plus 5.
7 plus 5, so 12.
12.
Plus the doesn't it get no that's Oz's weapon. Never mind. Yours doesn't get a +1.
Yep. Yeah, that's a magic weapon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you hit it, and just like the first one outside the sewers, you know the perfect sweet spot, and you hit it, and it is really dazed and confused and looking around, and it looks like it's just on its last leg. It's looking really, really, really rough, and looks like it could barely stay alive.
Then the 2d4.
At the start of its turn.
Well,
But unless if you want to do anything else, Craig.
I'm done.
Alright, sounds good. It is Oz's turn. I think Cal would not want me to attack this gazer out of the brink of death so that they don't transform into it. So I'm not going to... Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could be mean and do it. I'm not going to do that because Cal
Can
would
you
kill me.
imagine?
Yeah, hi Jacob.
Coming back and be like, "You're not Jacob anymore. You're the gazer."
I think Oz would see that it's pretty rough right now, and is just going to allow Actually, yeah, we're not gonna attack it. I think I think I was just gonna actually probably check on the cat. Actually, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and it's gonna probably do an animal handling check to calm down the cat. So let's see what happens. And they're gonna guide themselves.
Good call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think your
All
rats would
right.
get along with a cat.
All right, so Oz. Oh wow, very nice. So got a 25 on animal handling. Mm-hmm. And easily calms down the cat and is actually kind of holding the cat for safekeeping and making sure it's okay. I'm going to be doing that. There is a slight bit of like cuts on the cat, so for their bonus action, they're going to do healing word and heal the cat back to full health.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's the end of Oz's turn. Top of the round is the Gazer. The Gazer is getting their stalks ready and about to shoot Zaimina and Miki, and as the eyes come out, the acid covers its main eye, and it gets all crusty and pink and corroded, and actually the acid soaks through the eye, and all of this eye juice is coming down, dripping on the floor, screaming in pain as it moves around back and forth, and then just from exhaustion and just pure pain, unconscious on the ground. You killed the Gazer. It had 1 hit point left, so
I was like, I rolled 7. I rolled
is
a 3
so
and a
funny.
4.
They really,
It's
so it did,
definitely a puddle.
Yeah.
I just look at Miki, just looks at it and goes, cool.
Very, very nice. Yep. So, Oz looks at you guys and says, well, I have the cats. Pretty calm now. You're a good little boy.
I mean, we're just gonna leave this dead Gazer in this lady's shop, or like,
Well,
hey, Craig, can you make some meat? Can you make something meaty out of this Gazer?
Not
Oh
after,
no, it's acid. Oh yeah, okay, my bad.
not after you vomited on it.
I was feeling a little funky after those obliteracos.
Yeah, blame my food.
Well, you two act like we're really gonna sit here and eat a monstrosity. Like, come on, no one's gonna be eating a Gazer.
I mean,
I
we ate a shark.
But
It's a shark. It's a mammal. You know what? Let's just report this to the lady. We're not gonna deal with
Okay.
this. We didn't clean up the first one. We don't need to clean up the second one. You can
Maybe we
explain the
could throw it
acid.
in the fire or something.
I don't know. You can definitely try.
that's for them to decide.
Okay.
Oz is holding the cat and says, all right, let's go.
Hmm.
The faster we're done with this, the better.
Don't we want to leave the cat here because it lives here?
I'm just kind of worried that if the cat tries to run off, like, we don't know what will happen to it, and I really made good friends with it, so maybe we can show the cat to the lady and she'll be happy.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise, if you would like me to leave it here,
I
it's
mean,
up to
it lives
you.
here, and this is the lady's shop, so, like, the cat's
Alright.
safe now.
Well,
But if you've bonded with it, Oz, by all means, take the cat outside.
All right.
out of game, not suspension. In game,
Yeah.
well, it's probably not a good idea to leave the animal around with the pool of acid still digesting the creature. And is it like seeping the acid? I mean, into the ground and like ruining the floor?
It's
no?
made a little bit of an impact. It's not as much, especially since Mickey's not concentrating on it anymore. Since then, when he's dead, it's not really seeping into the floor. Just
Bold of you to assume that Miki isn't concentrating on it anymore.
I mean, unless Mickey's concentrating on it.
Yeah, I definitely broke concentration once it
Okay.
Yeah.
died in front of me, and
Okay.
it looked super cool.
Just saying. All right. Yeah, we don't really want the cat to get acid on it or do anything with the creature, so I think it's best to give it back to its owner.
Yeah. And just the cat's going. I can't do it in the mic. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. Meow. Okay, so you guys make your way back to Felzoun's Folly. Felzoun's Folly. There we go. And Oz takes liberty upon themselves to give the cat to Uza and communicate, because they were the ones that reached out to her in the beginning for the mission. Uza's very happy, jumps up, gives a big hug, lifts the cat, kisses the cat, snuggles the cat, and actually puts her finger up and looks into a sack that's next to her and hands Oz a book and talks to them and says thank you, and then waves to you guys and then runs back. Oz comes back, looks to you guys. Oh, she was very nice, actually. She gave us appears to be a spell book with some spells, so maybe we can give it to Rashal and maybe we get some money if there's some spells that he hasn't used yet. So.
Well, and maybe some of us could use the spells, like maybe you or me.
Well, out of game it is a wizard spell book, and none of you are wizards.
Of course, it's a wizard spell book, Dan, and none of us are wizards.
Nope.
Even though every single one of my spells is a wizard spell.
I know, crazy.
It's so weird.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
doesn't
yeah.
mean that Rashal can't find a way to teach us individual spells that we might be able to learn.
Yes, we'll give it to Rashal.
And they can make scrolls as well. It's just for a
That
higher
too.
touch. If you need to use a consumable spell. But yeah, just letting you know, just FYI, the spells that are in the book are Alarm, Comprehend Languages, Disguise Self, Illusionary Script, Knock, Misty Step, and Locate Object.
All very fun wizard spells to have in your repertoire.
A lot of creatures can learn Misty Step. Come on now.
True. I'm gonna. So, I'll let Cal know as well. But Craig, since you are still part of the Harpers, so you do gain 1 renown, and you get a paper bird sent from Mert, informing you that you now have silver rewards membership with the Guild of Apothecaries and Physicians. You just need to mention this to any alchemist to get a 20% discount on the cost of any common or uncommon potions.
Oh wow, not us getting all these potions discounts.
And
All those
skills
potion
to
discounts.
Yep,
I'm so sorry. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
that's okay.
How dare you?
So, that quest is completed. Uzo was very grateful and thanked Oz, and Oz is like, "Oh, it was a very productive day. We got a lot of stuff done. So, would you guys feel you want to go to Gralvin Villa, or do you want to stay?
What time of day is it, Dan? Sorry.
It's getting down close to sundown. Probably like mid-afternoon.
I
Probably
mean,
like 4 o'clock.
what? I mean, I guess we should maybe discuss this when Simena gets back. Because my thing is like, are we gonna try to be sneaky about it? Because then maybe we should do it at night. Or if we're trying to be like, are we trying to like be not ourselves and be like, I don't know, grief counselors or something?
You can be whatever you want to be.
Or are we actually just gonna go up to a noble's villa and just knock on the door and start asking questions? Like, that doesn't seem like a good plan to me, personally. So, Amina, what do you think?
I have to think whatever's in the best interest of all of us together is the
I
right
love you
choice,
so
of course.
I love you so much.
I don't know what we
I know. I did that on purpose.
I know.
So, Oz was just... Sorry, Oz, go ahead.
That's quite alright. Out of game, Oz's character I feel would take the most logical sense and would say probably I would say if we're trying to investigate this ourselves because we don't really trust the watch, then maybe we need to go close at night and see if there's anything that we can see with the least amount of eyes on us.
Yeah,
Question.
Justin, we were discussing whether we should be like, if we should be stealthy, or if we should just pose as somebody else, or if we should just show up as ourselves and just go knock on a noble's door.
Well, I think investigating at night is a good idea, since we can kind of use that to our advantage in case we're discovered and flee amongst different ways. Maybe we can also ask Vincent Trench to investigate as well. Maybe he can get a little more information, being an investigator too. As a side option, of course.
What does Oz say about that?
I would leave that up to Cal, because
Okay.
Oz knows about Vincent Trench.
Yeah.
Of what was discovered, and I don't want to jeopardize anything that maybe Cal wanted to keep for long game.
Okay.
So
Exactly.
That's
I'm putting
fine.
Dan on the spot.
That's fine.
So-
Sorry.
I would think that.
We'll
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to reveal that yet. I bet Oz would be like, well, I think it's best we look at it for ourselves too, because especially with how the watch can be, you never know who we can trust, and we can trust us, all four of us.
Well, let's think about it this way. Out of game, Galrune Villa is where the dude that supposedly made off with the
We're still flexing, yeah.
yeah, the thing that's supposed to lead him to the cache of money
Stone galore,
is
yeah.
hiding there. And there's another, like a noble house, right, or something. Who does it
That's
belong to?
the Growlhounds.
They are called the Ground. Okay.
Yeah. The Castellanters are a whole separate. You had Castellanters, you had the High Church, and then you have the Growlhounds. Growlhounds dealt with the Stone of Galore. Castellanters, possibly bad demon stuff, and then the High Church is a whole other thing with Lift's death.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify because I don't know if the Galrunes are still like technically active or like because that might be a lot of people. So Xymena just says, well, who would the Galrunes trust if not the City Watch? So one of us could always pose as the City Watch, and the rest of us can be along as if we're helping them investigate or something like that. If we want to go in during the day, but otherwise sneaking around at night would be fine if you like breaking and entering.
Miki, what do you want to say?
Miki raises their wing.
Yes,
Didn't
Miki.
Renair say that the City Watch had already talked to the
Exactly.
Growlhounds, and the Growlhounds said that nobody entered their home
That everything was
so-
fine. Yeah.
and everything was fine. So I don't think they trust. Maybe they don't trust the City Watch like we don't trust the City Watch. Or me.
Okay.
I guess I shouldn't rope us all together. I don't trust the City Watch.
I think we can all agree that there's something else going on with them, especially with Jolister being so far up our own buttocks most of the day. But that just leaves the question of, do we go, as you said, as ourselves, or do we pose as someone who's more important than just the City Watch, like the investigators that came to the explosion?
I say we just be stealthy. I feel like we've been pretty good at stealth in our past, and kind of look through some windows and try to see if we can see anything. What do you say, Craig?
I concur with Miki.
Ah, that's so nice. Thank you.
And Craig, just as a friendly reminder, you are an organizer of like tactics and stuff too. So you're trying to find the best approach to definitely get this taken care of. And I would say you do agree with Miki in the sense that you definitely want to take a stealthier approach, possibly, and just see what's around before making any rash decisions.
I think we've become too well known to try and pose as somebody else.
Especially because Growlhound is close to us, right? Or is that High
Yeah.
Church?
Both. High Church is close to you. It's like a block away south. Grautham Villa is a couple blocks east.
Okay, so yeah. So they
We're-
might
we're
already
still
know
those
who we
guys.
are. Especially with the explosion happening right outside our tavern.
Maybe. Never know.
Maybe.
All
Who
right.
knows?
So, are you guys making your way to Grautham Villa now?
Yeah, if it's getting dark, I would say Unless we want to just stop by our tavern for a minute or two.
I will. Yeah, if you want to do a short rest to heal anything, you can. I know Craig, you took a little bit of damage, so if you want to take a short rest to heal anything, you can. Oz is not going to do that. And then I will say, just for time's sake, you guys will arrive at Growlwood Villa.
Okay.
What mode of transportation do you use to get back to the tavern?
Are we just a standard wagon again?
Standard wagon.
Okay.
We don't trust Wooper anymore.
Nope.
I have stuff prepared just in case you change your mind.
Great.
So,
Okay.
it's with that, it's a dragon and 5 shard. So someone take it off. Whoever is paying for that.
What are my
Wearing.
die?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, you gotta keep them notes.
I'll pay for it from our house funds and our whole.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, and then if you guys you can walk to Growlwood Villa. I will say, just to
How
kind
did
of
that get banned?
have time.
That was weird.
Time pass. So
Dennis asked what his hit dice is.
it's a D12. So your 3rd level, so you have 3d12 hit dice that you can use before you lose a short. Use a long rest.
Okay.
All right. So good job, everyone, with the missions. Very good. Now, you guys get at night to Growlwood Villa. Let me bring that up for you here. And it is actually a pretty nice neighborhood. There are a lot of lanterns lit up at night, and there is not as many pedestrians at night. You are going kind of near the evening, so it's not too empty, but you look around and you see a gate right here looking into the villa. It is very wide. This whole area is the villa. So you see a courtyard right here. You're thinking leading a path down this way as well as that way as well.
Wow, this place is huge.
You're looking at 15-foot high walls
Huh. Okay.
around the area, all over.
Is there anybody by the gate?
You don't see anyone by the gate. At least looking here. You don't see anyone here.
Anybody got a rope?
Or I could pick the lock.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just make sure there's no one watching us. I know there's not a lot of people out, but let's not try to be too conspicuous here.
I would
It's just
say
very much paying attention to make sure no
Yes.
one's watching them.
Just for convenience sake, just to let you know, there is no one like actively watching you. Miki, if you were to pick the lock, you could do it in like a window of opportunity if you want to do it.
Yeah, I will start trying to stealthily open the lock.
All right, roll a sleight of hand check, and I'll add your proficiency to it. Let me see here.
So it just kind of looks at Oz and goes, "Might need all the concentration he can get. Do you think you can boost him up a little bit?"
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Thank you for reminding me. You can do it, Miki. I have faith in you. Don't fuck this.
I got a 13.
Okay. I see. 13. Oz rolled a 3 for guidance. Oh, wow. So you're starting to work on it, Miki, right? And you're getting really flustered. The lock is just too difficult, especially
no.
high voltage lock. It's very difficult to get through. But then Oz holds your hand and says, "Just calm down. Focus." And then you breathe in, breathe out. You unlock it. You needed a 20 or higher to pick this lock, Miki.
Oh,
What?
that gives me a little hint to what my advantage is.
A little hint. Actually, Miki, let's just reveal your proficiencies.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because of that trait you have for your
Yeah,
kind
you're getting sick of keeping track of it.
Yeah, and I forgot. So you're proficient in acrobatics, animal handling,
Oh, of course.
arcana.
I knew that one. Hold on.
Arcana.
Mhm.
Now, Kimarie is panicking because I don't know how to fill it in on my sheet. Hold on a second.
That's okay.
Okay, Arcana.
So acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, investigation. You're proficient in medicine,
Makes sense, yeah.
persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth.
Damn, that's a lot of proficiencies.
Yep.
Damn.
Judge.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
makes me feel better about the ones I picked.
So
Yeah.
just to confirm, acrobatics, animal handling, arcana,
Uh-huh.
investigation, medicine, persuasion, sleight of hand, stealth.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, great.
And thieves' tools. You have proficiency.
Oh, right. Yeah, I knew that.
Damn.
Yep. So, you unlocked the gate. So, you just unlock it and you just kind of like look around and just... The gate's open slightly. There's still people walking around. Not as much. So you can find an opportunity to kind of sneak in if you need to.
Yeah, I would try to sneak in and then kind of like motion everybody to try to follow me, and I would kind of try to stick to the wall so that nobody could see. Not that we're walking just in like plain sight, that we're kind of like sneaking on the side.
Sure. All right. So if you want to walk in, you can. Okay, great. So I will...
I did.
Okay, great.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Oh my god. Yeah.
Amazing. 10 out of 10.
Will recommend.
So I will say this is as much you can see right now, but it does continue more down this way.
Mm.
It is a little foggy at night too. So your vision's
Perfect.
a little limited. It is nice and cool outside too. It's a very nice temperature. Yeah. So, I need everyone to roll a stealth check for me, please.
Like going through the gate, or
If you're
while we're
looking
past
to
it?
move, if you're moving around the yard, I need you to make a stealth check.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Just clarifying.
Yep, no worries. I was just gonna guide themselves.
16.
pray.
Okay, perfect.
18. See, I'm not. It's outside of combat.
7.
Okay. And Austin did too well there, so it's 50-50. You hear some rustling like, "Oh, what is it, boy? What do you see?" And you hear like some movement and some like maybe some chains or leashes coming from this direction.
I have one of my rats come out of my pocket, and I send them to skitter in front of the dog.
Okay.
To distract from anything they might have heard from us. Not like attack or
Mm-hmm.
just kind of just so it's perceived that
Okay.
it was just a mouse.
I need to know where you're. So, are you staying where you are and just?
Yeah, I'm
What are
staying
your
where I
rats
am, and
called?
I'm telling them to go kind of skitter kind of by the dog or whatever animal is there.
All right, let me see. Which mouse are you sending?
Slurpee.
Okay. Slurpee starts going moving that way. And you hear... and a little bit of a squeak.
Oh.
And silence.
Life for life, Dan! Life for life! What happened? No,
You don't know?
Slurpee.
Don't know if that counted as a sacrifice, but we'll see.
You're,
Tune in next time to this. I'm just kidding.
Stella and Bruno are looking at you. Like,
Mina's looking at her like, I'm sorry, Zami's looking at him just like, not that she cares about the rats, but just very peculiar behavior from Miki. Like, she just whispers under her breath, "You sure you're gonna be all right? This isn't you."
I was just trying to use him as a distraction. I figured he was smart enough to get out of the way.
I think you underestimated how fast a dog can move, and it's a rat. But, and then Zamina's looking in the direction of where the dog was, like, is that quelling the dog's curiosity as well as the person? Or are they still investigating at this point?
I would say since you have dark vision of 120 feet, Zamina, and you're very perceptive, I would say you can see what's here. So, only Zamina sees this, by the way. So you see what looks to be a man with two mastiffs, and the mastiffs are going to town on whatever on the floor. And
Just
like sniff at it and nudge it, and is no longer looking at it anymore.
Well, that bought us about 10 seconds of time, Miki, so I suggest we go along this side and try to be more quiet, lest we have to fight two mastiffs and a person.
I was trying my best.
And then Zamina, what you see is an orange ring form underneath, which you assume is Slurpy's body, and then disappears.
Too bad I can't gauge their reactions, because I think they're all like, what the fuck? But,
yeah.
She's just like, oh, well.
And
I think it'll be okay, Miki. It looks like maybe Slurpy returned from whence.
And, this guy, this human Veered, is on edge and is looking around. Who's that? Who's there? Sniff him out, boys. What's going on?
Great.
Well, I don't know the full extent of what spells I have, but you know what? Let's see. Let me look at this spell first, because I've never used it ever. Interesting. Okay. Let me look at the map, because these are 5-foot squares, right, Dan?
Yes.
Much
It's
like
not
this.
gridded out, at least on the
Right.
courtyard, but
I'll just assume like how much I. Oh yeah, that's right. I see. Okay.
yeah. But
I'll
we can-
assume 120 feet like is about where they are. So I would assume like along this area, I can probably cast, because I'm thinking of casting Dancing Lights.
Okay.
And what Dancing Lights is it's a cantrip, so I can cast it at will. It has a range of 120 feet.
Yeah.
It's concentration up to a minute. You create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air for the duration. You can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size. Whichever form you choose, each light sheds dim light in a 10-foot radius. As a bonus in action, you can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot within range. A light must be within 20 feet of another created by this spell, and a light winks out if it extends the spell's range. So actually, because of that, I will cast it, as a
Okay.
humanoid figure along, like, on top of the wall. Like, as if it's, like,
Okay.
sitting on the edge of the wall.
Sure. Okay, so you cast it there to kind of
get their
distract
reaction,
them.
because it's a big, to distract them, to kind of go over and investigate what it is. And if they do seem to pique the interest and go over it, I'm going to kind of make it, like, move the lights now behind, because that's a stone wall, right? So they'd have to go up
Yeah.
and over to...
Yep.
When they get close enough to it to kind of, like, determine, I'm going to move it on the other side of the wall, and then stop concentrating on it so the light just dissipates, so they're kind of like, what is that? Like, what was that? Like, it's very weird. But to make it seem like it wasn't in the property, but just on the wall, and then jumped over and ran away. That's the goal in her mind. So that's what she's trying to do. If that makes sense.
So you cast dancing lights like right here, right?
I would say more right here.
Right here? Okay.
And I'm trying to motion for Oz and Craig to come onto the other side away from that side, because clearly that's not a good idea to go over there.
Yep. Oz joins you guys, kind of hides here. You see, as you cast the spell, and it's beautiful. Almost kind of like almost like will-o-wisps in a sense, just like fireflies. Mm-hmm. Just like reds and greens, orange and blue, yellow, and just goes so well in the night. And your necklace is just radiating from it, almost projecting the solution so far away. Kind of like a laser pointer type of thing.
Oh, a laser pointer. Okay.
So you cast it, and the dogs start pulling this guy and sees the lights. Someone is messing with us. We know what we have to do. And you don't see the dogs or the groundskeeper anymore. You see something else. Instead, you see...
Oh god.
You see their forms start to change. They're no longer human or animal. Instead, shadows that pierce, come out from their mouths and shed their skin. And that's where we're going to roll out of today's episode.
No, not my dark vision letting me see all this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're probably going to maybe start with combat next round. We'll see. But depending on how things go, you got some shadows to deal with.
Hopefully they're far enough away and we can roll better suspects next time.
Maybe. And also, what's going to happen to Slurpee? Is he dead? Is he alive? Did he go back to hell? Who knows?
Join. Slurpee, I was like in tears.
I know. No Percy, no Slurpee. So, yes.
Yeah.
We're going to be having our next session Tuesday, from my understanding. So we're going to do it Tuesday.
Yep, Tuesday.
Regular time. And yeah, feel free to talk about us. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, this is Roleplay.
Roleplay.
Bye. Feel better, Cal.
See you
Bye.
later.
Thanks for watching.